Okay, how do I summarize the weather very quickly this week coming in North America? So it's going to be really bad everywhere. Cariboo Weather Dude YouTube channel. There it is. This is bad news. My God.
Falling out right now.
Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They dry mopping this. Okay, everybody. Well, if you didn't see my video I put out this morning, there was a lot of thunderstorms moving through the United States yesterday and into Louisiana. They had some major storms. So I made the video about, again, where I watched the live cam in downtown New Orleans where Mardi Gras is going on, and then waited to these, line of thunderstorms, which had quite a few tornado warnings in it, but not at the time it hit New Orleans. Ruined the party down there. So that's going on. You'll see that in a satellite image as well as we look forward and see that, what's coming ahead for British Columbia is what's coming ahead for everybody. There's two things going on. So we have a low that's starting to form now-ish up on the north coast of British Columbia. Through the evening and then overnight, it's going to continue to develop. As it does, it's going to shift its way on down south. What's also going on right now, though, as a matter of fact, is that there is this atmospheric river that's hammering California right now. And as it does, it's actually going to put up to 8 feet of snow into the Donner Pass and the other mountain range locations around there. Right? So California mountains taking big time, stupid, crazy, insane snow. The energy from that's going to combine. When our low comes south, it's going to feed off that energy, and the two of them are going to combine, basically, and make their way over land and form an even larger system that's going to deliver a very widespread amount of snow through the Canadian prairies, and then drop the temperatures down in behind it, which we will experience some of in British Columbia, but the temperature swing will come all the way down into much of the United States. We're going to see that snowfall band work its way right through the prairies, down and through the Great Lakes, and out through New York State again. A very big, game-changing low is developing here. And the ingredients are very clear. That part of it is from this California system that's going on, and part of it is this developing low that is sliding down the BC coast. And currently, as it develops, it's causing a little bit of light snow inland. Like we've had snow falling here in Wells today, but not crazy amounts. We had temperatures dip down last night, but rebound to about -5 right now at about 4:24 in the afternoon when I started recording this Pacific Standard Time. So the other ingredient that is out there is the extreme cold up in the Arctic, and that extreme cold is up there. That has been making for miserable temperatures, miserable wind chills, kill you cold, freeze you to death, frostbite, all that kind of stuff that you think of in the Canadian Arctic. That is going on for much of the territories and slowly kind of meandering its way east a little bit as it does. Well, that is the Arctic air that's going to be flowing out, spilling out, puking across the continent. The Arctic air is one of the ingredients that's helping strengthen this low that's going to develop. That's coming through BC and developing down the U.S. side. So we're going to see heavy precipitation through much of the western half of the continent to start up the mountain ranges here in BC, certainly down in California, and then some mixed amounts of snowfall totals as you go up through the Rockies and the coast mountains of different sorts into the Northwest Pacific. Meanwhile, then you're going to see that snowfall blast across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. The cold air, along with the warm air that's available from down in the south, are going to match up there and make for a lot of wind. That's going to drive snow basically sideways, make for really low conditions for visibility. I will not be surprised if we see blizzard-like conditions at times on the Canadian prairies, if not even a blizzard warning at some point. So these are all great things to expect and look forward to. And we have a lot on the bad news battle board, so let's go look at that a little bit more right now too. Snowfall is certainly possible all across, Canada, I guess, actually, this next work week, all because of this bugger that we're going to see develop here. And that even includes maybe a little bit of snowfall down into Vancouver. It's possible. we have a special weather statement for Metro Vancouver, Fraser Valley, Howe Sound, Sunshine Coast for Monday morning into Monday night because of the low pressure system originating from Alaska, tracking southeastward, arriving on Monday. Light precipitation begins pre-dawn hours Monday. Cold front will sweep across the region during the day, bringing a period of steadier precip. Snow is expected over higher elevations with 5 to 10 centimeters possible before precipitation eases through Monday night. Before the front, a cold and unstable air mass will settle over the south coast from Tuesday through Thursday with a chance of locally intense convective snow showers. Snow levels are expected to fluctuate between 400 and 100 meters, lowering further near the mountains. Wet snow may mix at lower elevations during heavier showers. Locally heavier snowfall accumulations are possible where precipitation bands occur. Snowfall warning for Paulson Summit to Kootenay Pass, 15 to 20 centimeters Monday morning through Monday night. Light snowfall will begin tonight, then intensify tomorrow morning. The event's expected to bring snowfall 15 to 20 centimeters over higher elevations. The snow is expected to taper off tomorrow night, particularly around Kootenay Pass. We may see more warnings go on the board between now and then. We already have a snowfall warning for Grand Prairie, 10 to 20 centimeters. That will intensify on Monday. The heaviest snowfall is expected Monday afternoon into evening. Will taper off on Tuesday. Special weather statement now across all of northern Alberta for 10 to 20 centimeters expected by Wednesday. Snowfall totals may vary widely. Some places might get 30 centimeters. Look for snowfall on highways 1, 2, and 16. Visibility will be poor. Travel will be challenging. It's going to be windy, like I said. Even Calgary and other parts of Alberta, we got 10 to 20 centimeters expected there. Locally 30 possible. Basically the same weather statement. Blowing snow is expected Tuesday over highways 1 and 3. Visibility will be poor. Southeastern Alberta looking at 5 to 15 centimeters by Wednesday morning. Over on the Saskatchewan side, we also have a large swath that could see 30 to 40 centimeters from Meadow Lake southeastward towards Yorkton. Most other areas in the heavy bands will get 15 to 25 centimeters. There could be freezing rain possible between Trans-Canada Highway and the international border. Like I said in my forecast yesterday, Regina, I'm looking at you for maybe a few moments of freezing rain. Further north, yes, total accumulations are 15 to 30 centimeters in northern central Saskatchewan, but local amounts could be 40 centimeters. Ontario already has this on the board for air quality, no big deal. Cape Breton region of Nova Scotia, 10 to 20 centimeters until Monday morning. And then the other big thing on the board is all the cold across the north, the freezing, screaming, extreme cold, minus 60. This is one of the ingredients, like I said, that's helping fuel our crazy weather episode that's about to really affect most of the continent. So here's the wide look at the continent this week. There's that low starting to shift down into British Columbia through into the evening, growing, intensifying, getting itself down to about 1,000 millibars before midnight. And that is going to spread some snowfall into the mountains here, up and down the North Rockies, in through Pine Pass areas, down in towards Revelstoke, taking light flurries by morning. Low is starting to develop more and more, moving between Haida Gwaii and the mainland, making its way on down. You can see already that we have the atmospheric river. That was its own event, splashing up into the coastline of California and up into its mountains, and its moisture is coming in to help feed and create a new low or join this low. It's spreading out, developing. BC not seeing the worst of it, but southern BC getting a good band of snow as this makes its way over onto the Alberta side. See that snowfall intensifying late Monday into the Alberta side, now spreading over towards the Saskatchewan border by midnight. Still the main low sitting off the coast of BC, keeping a fair bit of snowfall into BC. Maybe not where the highest amounts are. Those are certainly out in the prairies. Heavy wind through the prairies right there. You can see all those tight isobars. That's heavy wind. The cold air trying to scream down in behind it. This big low now, almost a continent wide. Giant system bringing snowfall into some parts of the United States, but mostly the big enjoyable show is in Alberta until later on Tuesday afternoon, when it starts to really take more effect into Manitoba and Saskatchewan particularly. Starting to move out by BC standards by that time, but now we got some of that colder air settling on down into British Columbia. Now we got that low making its way towards the Great Lakes, spreading a little bit of freezing rain out in that one flank in front of it through the Great Lakes region. Ontario may be expecting that. Seeing snow in Minnesota, seeing snow into all the Great Lakes region, seeing snow in the upper U.S. Great Lakes places, seeing cold air dropping down into the Alberta side of the Rocky Mountains, especially a little bit on the BC side. Seeing snowfall still Alberta side, still in through Saskatchewan, still in through Manitoba. That band of snowfall, as that low is now basically still nearly a continent wide, elongated shape, a new low forming in behind it there Wednesday afternoon. You can see how those two storms, basically the BC storm and the California storm, have combined to create quite an event. Luckily, there's that low still hanging around the BC coast. It is being beaten back temporarily by the cold air mass. That is dropping the temperatures into BC considerably, even through the day on Thursday. Chilly. Thursday is going to be chilly in BC. Certainly through much of BC, especially in the interior, you're going to be extremely cold. Extremely cold. Yes, there are a couple days of it. We got it. Whether or not it's going to get over the top insane for BC, well, you're just going to have to wait, because I got a new forecast coming for you. We're going to look at all BC's details in close to there, probably by Monday morning at the very latest. Here's our overall overview, though. See that low made its way down to California, still spreading snow into that Donner Pass. 8 feet of snow. Can you believe that? That's what they're going to be taking there. That's what they're going to be taking. Maybe some thunderstorms out the flank of that one guy Thursday afternoon. Finally, a Thursday where there's going to be something to talk about when we're on our podcast, because a bunch of the last Thursdays have been pretty quiet weather-wise in North America. And that's our weather live stream, of course, every Thursday. So unfortunately for us in BC, yes, it is going to get much colder for a little bit, not for very long, but long enough by my standards, because I'm not a fan of 30 below nights. Do we get into 30 below? I'm not sure about that personally. I'm still not sure about that, but we are probably going to be in the mid-20s, probably going to be the coldest weather we've had yet this winter. I would expect that. Yeah, probably. But look, we got this new low already forming, and it's going to immediately try to beat back our temperatures already by Friday. That guy's going to start working its magic. So we got a couple of cold days through the week here in British Columbia. But for the prairies, the cold air is going to be more a thing for you. You're going to have lots of cold nights. You're going to be into the 30s even in some places in Saskatchewan there. Dead cold. And you're going to have some wind chill, though the winds will die off after that big low makes its way on through this week. You will get lucky for that. So that's what we're looking at this week. That's what's going to go on. That's what you're going to see here. You heard it here. We'll keep updating you now on each event as it happens. But now you know that we're going to have this big storm basically coming on down the BC coast, and it's going to form up with that California system, and then the two of them are going to basically make this giant storm. It's going to suck the cold air down in behind it, going to spread cold air across the continent, going to spread snow right across the prairies down in through Ontario, right out the other side of the back door of North America. Okay, keep coming back again and again and again and again and again. Will you, please subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. It's really hard just being a small-time weather YouTube channel here in northern British Columbia, man. There's a lot of competition as it is, and but I got no corporate sponsorship. I'm just one guy here to call it as I see it. All right, folks, take care of yourself. Have a great work week. We'll talk to you again very soon right here.